Hi folks, I'm Steve Hindy for Shark, showing animals respect and kindness. This video exposes a simple assault committed by a supporter of Oklahoma Senator Jim Inhofe against me and exposes an outrageously false police report from a sheriff's deputy named Dennis Ratzlaff in Jackson County, Oklahoma. We've posted that report so you can see it for yourself. On September 10, 2016, a dove hunt was held as part of a two-day fundraiser for Oklahoma Senator Jim Inhofe. The dove hunt followed a live pigeon shoot held a day earlier, which was documented by the Shark team along with activists from Kansas, Arizona, and California. Just moments into the arrival of the participants, I was assaulted by a man named Walter Charles Greemond of Tishomingo, Oklahoma. This was a simple assault, which is a misdemeanor. You can see the assault from a few different angles. Here is the assault from my body camera. You can see that Mr. Greemond took 6 steps to get to me. This will be important because Deputy Ratzlaff's report bears no resemblance to what you are seeing here.
I don't want the son of a bitch taking my picture.
I know, I understand. Come on.
Now let's examine Deputy Ratzlaff's report. First, he claims that there were approximately 50 vehicles parked on the road. Only 4 of those vehicles were ours, with the rest belonging to Senator Inhofe's donors, all of whom had shotguns. We were unarmed. As I turned south onto SCR 208, people with cameras and video equipment started walking quickly toward me as I traveled south. Protecting our wildlife signs were being held in front of the unit as I attempted to drive south towards several persons gathered in the roadway and at an entryway into a field. T-shirts with wording were being brandished to both side windows of my unit as I proceeded south. Camera people were chasing behind me and walking along in front of me videoing. Picture that in your mind. Sounds pretty chaotic, doesn't it? Sounds like a high-energy, high-tension protest was ongoing, and fearless Deputy Ratzlaff was driving right into the devil's lair. But not so fast. This is video documentation of Deputy Ratzlaff's arrival, and it bears no resemblance to his report. T-shirts with wording were being brandished to both side windows of my unit as I proceeded south. Camera people were chasing behind me and walking along in front of me videoing. No signs were being held in front of his unit. T-shirts weren't being brandished to both sides of his windows, and camera people weren't chasing behind him or walking in front of him. Deputy Ratzlaff is just lying. Several hunters stated the threats and vulgarity displayed by the protesters was very hateful and intimidating prior to the arrival of law enforcement personnel. I can't show you something that didn't happen, but I can show you a clip from my body camera which was shot after I was assaulted and before the police showed up.
Morning.
How you doing?
Better than you, I think.
You think? Morning.
Again, Deputy Ratzlaff is lying, and his claim of threats and vulgarity and hateful and intimidating behavior is especially interesting given that the pro-animal people were outnumbered more than 10-to-1 by the Inhofe crowd, and the Inhofe crowd had guns. And as you will see, they are not held accountable for their actions by corrupt Oklahoma law enforcement. Regarding my interaction with Deputy Ratzlaff, he states, Steve Hindy, leader of the group, approached me and stated, quote, "That man right there is the man that assaulted me and I want him cited," unquote. Hindy stated the man assaulted him with his hand and struck his body and camera with his hand. Hindy stated, quote, "That is an assault and I want him cited immediately," unquote. Ratzlaff makes me sound very strident and demanding, but here's how it really went down.
You know, we told them what the pieces had already been broken before we go through it. So the guy moved forward so that he could, assault the camera. So we Steve?
We're from Tishomingo. I have no problem with y'all because I believe in freedom of speech and people being around me and everything. He said I felt like he was getting in my area a little bit too close, and I didn't like it. So he said he didn't felt like he assaulted you. He was moving at striking at the camera. So as far as a physical assault, as far as the law goes, I don't really see anything, where he actually attacked you individually. He was attacking the object, the camera, and pushed it away. And he has no problem. And
well, no, he doesn't have any problem. He didn't. He's the one who did it.
well, he didn't. He didn't say he didn't do it.
Yeah, I wasn't. Well, you can't say he didn't do it. There was a bunch of cameras watching him.
But he says he feels like you was
No, I
too
wasn't.
much into his area.
No.
And if he can,
our area.
He came into my area. I was filming him.
they said
That's
he
what
was
he's.
walking by, or to the other guys. He said it to that other group that was up there.
Did you looked at his camera, right? So you saw for yourself.
Oh, well, it looks to me like he's walking by y'all going somewhere.
Well, if somebody points a camera, it's not pointing a gun at them.
Deputy Ratzlaff, if that's what you want to go with, that's up to you.
Well, I'm telling you the law, I have no assault, sir. I can let
Okay.
you fill out a report and I'll take a report on it. But an assault is an actual verbal. Well, I can't do anything with verbal because words, people can say a lot of things.
I don't care what he says. It's when he makes physical contact. He made intentional. In fact, he walked over to me to do it.
Okay, yeah, that's what the video shows.
That
yes,
is
sir.
what the video shows. I don't know why we're even talking about this. He should be cited. I think you ought to just cite him, but if you're not going to cite him, then you're not going to cite him.
There's nothing to cite a person for. You either arrest them or file charges on them for what you're wanting to do is assault.
Then you should arrest him.
That's what they did in Pennsylvania.
It
They
doesn't
happened
work
in
that way here,
Pennsylvania.
ma'am. It does not work here. You have to fill out a complaint.
I think it just
if
doesn't
I
work,
didn't
period.
see it. I did not see it occur.
You did see it. You saw it on camera. I can show it to you on about probably 3 more cameras.
That's not the way it works in Oklahoma, sir. You have to sign the complaint. I have to present it to the DA and he files the charges.
Okay.
I'm not saying I can't do that,
Okay.
but I have to follow a procedure and that's the way to do it.
All right.
And if you want to do that, I am more than glad to help you fill out that paperwork. We'll do it here. It won't take 10 minutes.
Okay.
Obviously, I didn't approach Deputy Ratzlaff, and I didn't say what he reported. What is particularly disturbing is that Deputy Ratzlaff's report includes quotation marks, meaning that he is very certain about what I said, even though it didn't happen that way at all. Deputy Ratzlaff's report is a work of fiction, designed to make animal protectors look like radicals, while in fact, he and his fellow police officers refused to do their job. Moving on. Hindi and 2 other protesters showed me raw video of the incident. I was unable to detect a touch of the body by the hunter. I observed the video camera being directed into Charles Walter Greeman's face. Deputy Ratzlaff claims he is unable to detect the touch of the body by the hunter, and he observed the video camera being directed into Charles Walter Greeman's face. I have to say that I find that claim from a supposedly highly trained law enforcement professional to be deeply disturbing. The assailant, Mr. Greeman, walked 6 steps, more than 12 feet toward me to commit his assault. As for the claim that the camera was directed into Mr. Greeman's face, that's just another lie from Deputy Ratzlaff. Take another look at what really happened. The Ratzlaff report goes on. It appears the cameraman, Hindi, was actually invading the privacy of Greeman. The hand strike by Greeman was aimed at the hazard, which is the camera. No one has a right to privacy on a public road. People do, however, have a right to personal space, and it was Greeman who walked over to invade mine. Deputy Ratzlaff continues. A copy of Hindi's video has not been received or obtained by this deputy. That's true, and here's why.
If we need a copy of that video, can we get you this phone number?
I'm sorry?
Contacted this 630 number?
At no time on this day or since did Deputy Ratzlaff or anyone else request this video or tell me where to send a copy. At the end of Deputy Ratzlaff's fictitious report, he states, "No further action will be taken by Deputy Ratzlaff in pursuing other charges against Grieman unless other evidence would present itself." At the top of the report, the case status is listed as closed, and the clearance type states cleared, unfounded. The fact is that Mr. Grieman is an Inhofe supporter, as you can see from this political donation form. He probably could have shot someone and gotten away with it. Now, ask yourself this question. If our roles had been reversed, and if it was I who approached Mr. Grieman and swiped at his hat or his gun or whatever, what would have happened? I put that to the test in front of Deputy Ratzlaff.
Look, I don't want to make this into a big deal. I'm not saying he tried to kill me.
I'm not either.
But he obviously committed a battery.
And,
I think that's
to handle that properly, you have to fill out a report. I was not here.
It's ridiculous.
Sign that, I'll present it to the DA, and he presents the charges. I can't do it, I was not here. It's a misdemeanor. It's that away, sir. That's the way the law works.
So I can go and do that. Can I do it to him?
No,
I'll go do it to him. Let me go do it to him. Can I just do it to that guy? Can I do it to him?
If I'm standing here and you do it, you go to jail.
If you're standing there, then I go to jail.
I physically see you do it.
So you got this all figured out, don't you, old timer?
No, sir, I sure don't.
Yeah, I think you do.
Finally, the hunt for the doves, these tiny little birds that symbolize peace, was over. Here are some shots of the hunters leaving. As you watch these people, let's go back to Ratzlaff's claims of supposed threats and vulgarity from protesters and how we were supposedly hateful and intimidating. The demeanor of these people once again demonstrates that what Deputy Ratzlaff reported was false. Now, this isn't all on Deputy Ratzlaff, but his police report is the only one that we've received. Ratzlaff's report states that Inhofe's group included 2 off-duty Oklahoma State troopers in addition to the uniformed trooper who was called in. Of the 7 law enforcement officers who were there and who either witnessed the assault firsthand or reviewed the video evidence, not a single one of them did their job. These aren't men, these are just Inhofe minions. They were all there at the behest of and in servitude to corrupt Senator Jim Inhofe, who has thoroughly despoiled his own state. In addition to Jackson County, Shark has attempted to engage law enforcement agencies in Greer County and Kiowa County for Senator Inhofe's illegal live pigeon shoots, as well as the shoot down of one of our camera-equipped drones. Shark has also tried to engage at the state level, but Michael C. Thompson, the commissioner who commands the Oklahoma Highway Patrol, refuses to respond in spite of overwhelming documentation of state laws being violated, and although he very immediately responded to Senator Inhofe's request for troopers, both off-duty and on. Perhaps the worst news is that the corruption and inaction goes way beyond the incestuous corruption of Oklahoma. Our repeated attempts to involve the FBI due to the refusal of Oklahoma law enforcement to do anything have been ignored. I've said it before and I'll say it again. It isn't radical terrorists from abroad that will take down the United States of America. Our demise is being accomplished every day by the cancerous corruption right here at home. You can learn more about this ongoing issue at InhofeCruelty.com. I'm Steve Hindy for Showing Animals Respect and Kindness.